What is up? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, what I have for you guys is how the NCAA baseball tournament sucks and what the NCAA can do to fix it. All right, so starting off, let's go over what is in place right now for the NCAA tournament. So you get 16 regionals with 4 teams at each regional, so it's a 64 team, just like the basketball tournament. Top 16 teams host the regional, and if you win your conference, you get a guaranteed spot in the tournament. If you go on to win your regional, which is they have a bracket play, then you go to the super regional. There are 8 super regionals, and if you win your super regional, then you go to Omaha. So there's 8 teams in Omaha, and the way the super regionals work is it's a best 2 out of 3 series, and regionals, super regionals, and college world series, they're all double elimination. So that's what they have in place right now for the tournament, and a lot of that is good. They do have some good things. There are just some things that aren't very good right now. So problems that come from this: the best 64 teams are not always in the tournament. For example, Jacksonville this year was in the tournament, and their record was 16-34, but they got in because they won their conference, which doesn't have a lot of talent. I mean, you really want a team that is 16-34 is going to get in the tournament? That just doesn't make sense. When there are teams like the Big 12, Big 12 was one of the best conferences for baseball this year, and teams like Baylor and OU who got snubbed because they had to play teams like Texas, Texas Tech, TCU, and Oklahoma State, who were all in tournament and who were all in, or pretty much most of them, were all in top 25 the whole season. Texas was number 2 for most of the season. Texas Tech and TCU, they were both in the top 10 at one point. Oklahoma State was in 15-25 a lot of the season. OU had 10 top 25 wins when as in they beat teams who were ranked when they played them. They were top 25. They beat the number 1 Arkansas team, and this is just an example. I mean, I am an OU student, so I did follow OU baseball a lot this year, but I'm sure there are many teams out there that had the same thing going on. It wasn't just OU. Here's what should happen. I think that the committee should sit down and let the best 64 teams get in the tournament no matter what. Let the best 64 teams play. No one wants to see a team with a record of 16-32 get destroyed by the number 1 or number 2 team in the country. If you were to take them and put them up against Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, Texas Tech, all those kind of things, no one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. I mean, if you put the best 64 teams in, the game's going to be way more exciting. You're going to have way more viewership of all the games, and it just makes sense all around. Could you imagine if for NCAA football, if they expanded the playoffs and let every conference champion get in and have a shot at a national championship? That would not go over well, and I just don't think that it would really. I don't think it would work. So there were a lot of teams out there that I'm sure that got snubbed, but there were some teams that lost by 10 both of their regional games, and you're like, cool. So you wasted a spot basically because you just go in there and you get destroyed by the number 1 and number 2 teams. So I just think that if you let the best 64 teams play, you're going to have way more chance of having higher viewership on the games. You're going to make more money off of it, and it's just going to be more enjoyable because no one wants to watch a team who had a good tournament run against a crappy conference. No one wants to see that. Everyone wants to see the best 64 teams play. I mean, OU, Baylor, those are just 2 examples in the Big 12 of teams that, should have gotten in because they were better teams. I mean, OU's record was a losing record by 1 game because they probably had 15 or 20 top 25 teams that they had to play this year. And if you get a team like Jacksonville who didn't play hardly any top 25 games until they got to the tournament, that's just a waste of a spot in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, but this is just more of what I would like to see, and I think a lot of people would like to see. I mean, obviously, you can have fans from those teams who aren't going to like that. I would want to change it, but I think that is the best way for everyone. So that's it for today's video. You guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and see you guys later.